True.
Probably, actually.
Alright, and start stream. All I know about this game is that I think she won as Luke versus Maggie, which is crazy. But I know that Allie won. Alright.
Aliphant sent me these games, and I watched them once, and she told me be forgettable, and they were indeed pretty forgettable because I've forgotten basically everything about them.
Alright. Well, I mean, if that's the case, then let's not spend a lot of time on them, and let's move on to, like, the other, like, Icy's games or something. Like, I still want to get them up there just because it's, you know, a finals game.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to cover the finals, but, like, man, these games are not very good.
Alright, we are now live. I hope that's on the stream. Like, just that last tidbit. I don't think these games are very good. Nobody watches.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think that they're educational to some extent. So I remember them being sort of very systematic.
Okay.
Kind of like a guide to the matchups to some extent. So that's something to look forward to.
Alright, so the first one is... Let's see here. BFF. I should really put, like, zip all these and move them out of here. Hopefully this is game one.
Think you can keep up? Let's see.
LP's using the wrong skin.
Yeah. Did you find out what the bands were?
Yeah, so I have the bands. So actually, I asked LP about it just now, and he said he banned Kehrolyn because he didn't have a good ban strategy, and the format gives her a guaranteed good Shekthur game, and he wanted to try to finagle a good Luke matchup. She banned Rook because Rook versus Shek is like the only bad matchup. So I think LP ended up doing the exact same thing I did, where he like tried to outthink Allie, but Allie just thinks like her ban strategy is plain one. You know, she's like did exactly what she said she would. She's like, I banned my worst matchup and then run that character out, right? Because when I played her and I had Maggie on my team as well, I banned Kehrolyn for thinking like, oh, I'm gonna try to finagle, a really good Maggie game, but then she banned Maggie for me. The same reasoning, she just banned Rook because Rook versus Shek is her worst matchup there. So obviously she thinks Rook versus Shek is worse than Luke versus Maggie. But if she's banning Rook, I think it's wrong for LP to lead with Maggie, because if she bans Rook, she's leading with Shek.
These other characters at 7, or?
Oh, I'm sorry. The rosters are Shek, Luke, Kehrolyn versus Anath, Maggie, Rook, and Kehrolyn, Rook are banned. So it's Shek, Luke versus Anath, Maggie is the first match, and because she banned Rook, it's like you have to know she's leading with Shek.
Yeah. This is so annoying to me because Aliphant has said all of this stuff publicly. She said This is exactly how she bans. She's also said that she thinks that Rook Shekthur is harder than Luke Magdelina.
Yep.
Which is like
blows my mind.
I'm gonna tell her like, hey, you like it's dumb to have a deterministic ban strategy, and she's gonna say like, but no one exploits me, and she's right. No one does exploit her because they're all idiots, and it's like, well,
I literally did the same thing. Right? Like this is exactly like LP did the exact same thing I did. Right? Where it's like I'm gonna try to outthink Allie, and Allie, isn't being tricky, right? This isn't the tricky moment. This is just, here it is, public, like, here's my stance, and then followed it every single game, never changed it, right? And everyone's like, this time it's heads, for real, this time it's the curveball. Like, never the curveball, always the heater.
She said it a million times. It's how she does it, and no one does anything about it. Oh my god, it's so tilting.
Yeah.
Played Aliphant for successfully exploiting people.
Look, if I make this mistake, I feel like that's par for the course. But I expect more out of you, LP. I expect more out of you. Okay. I don't know if I would cut grass. Maybe I would. You're probably not outspeeding Shek. That's probably fine. Let me get a little further. There we go.
Surprised the dodge isn't discarded, but I guess it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, that is. That actually is pretty weird. That she would keep dodge. Huh.
Okay.
I wonder if she just doesn't care about the matchup so much that she didn't even think about it. Like, it might just be a mistake.
You're probably never playing either strike or dodge, so.
I could see playing. What is that? Spiral Strike, since it clashes a lot of the things you're afraid of. But
yeah, I mean, clashes some dodges. It I don't know. Like,
when I play against Maggie, when I play against Maggie, I want something that either clashes a Prio 2 thing and still like doesn't just get annihilated by something else. So like Spiral Strike is just a really solid pair out of Shek that like, okay, I'm gonna clash your 2, because what you would want is if you can get, a safety blessing clashed and you make them use safety dodge instead. Like, this is obviously a really bad pair for Maggie to use and have both of these options down on the same beat.
I mean, I don't know. I think that trying to clash dodges is not the most important thing. Like, if Maggie dodges, she's gonna dodge, and then you're Shekthur and you can punish that. Like,
well, I don't think you're trying to clash a dodge. I think you're trying to clash a blessing. Yeah.
So dealing with blessing. Important, but the thing is, there are a lot of ways to deal with blessing besides just clashing it, right? You can jugular, and that beats a lot of blessings.
I swear to God, if this is jugular brain, I'm gonna fucking tilt.
I would be pretty surprised. I think jugular shot is much more likely than jugular brand.
So do I.
Lose to Excelsius.
So you know what? So do I. This to date, nothing has ever tilted me as hard as Ali hitting the jugular brand on beat 1. So let's see what she plays.
Oh man.
Oh look, it's jugular shot. Ugh. Okay.
I don't know about the safety burst from Magdelina here, because Aliphant is never going to play a pair that doesn't cover a burst. And so, I mean, you're just accepting you're taking 3 if you play safety burst. Maybe it's like for the positioning or something, but I think you can be a little bit more ambitious than that. Like, the beat 1 isn't that bad. It can't be like just guaranteed.
I don't like safety burst at all. At all. But I mean, I just would dodge.
I think that it's kind of hard to deal with Excelsius Blessing as Shekthur. That's the pair I would have been afraid of as Shekthur.
Excelsius Blessing anti-Stun Guard is like maybe my second most common pair. That's probably it's like third most common. It's like some dodge, safety blessing, and Excelsius Blessing. And then like
I mean, I think here you're never playing safety blessing because you're going to get jugulared, but
yeah,
Blessing makes a lot of sense. I'm surprised not to see that. I'm surprised that Aliphant also didn't play around Excelsior's Blessing, because that's what I thought I was going to see out of Magdelina that beat. Jugular Shot does basically nothing to it, right? I mean,
well,
like,
if you don't play Stun Guard, you're not using Excelsior's Blessing, but obviously you can't know that. Huh? No, see, that doesn't work either. I was thinking like maybe. There's actually. I wonder if there's an argument to playing a non-jugular thing, like a Reaver shot or something, and seeing if they anti-stun guard or not.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised. It makes sense. I think that ultimately Jugular Shot is sort of a well-rounded thing, but it kind of sucks against Excelsior's Blessing, and it also kind of sucks against Dodge, because you showed like Jugular the next beat.
Yeah.
Jugular brand for cheap.
So here, I hate all of our options, as always. I also don't. Why move back one with safety? Like I know shot is down, right? But you don't have a dodge option this turn.
So having seen this game before, I think this decision to move back is actually than anyone could have predicted. I think just looking at this, just keep this in mind. Keep this positioning in mind. Keep this choice in mind. It's very interesting.
I don't think it's interesting. I think it's wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, it's complicated, because the thing is that with shot down, you only have a couple options to hit. If you brand, it's got to be a spiral brand, which is like the least bad brand. That's the idea for moving far back, right? Shekthur doesn't have that many ways to hit you.
I mean, that's like almost patently not true, though, right? Because you have basically every spiral, right, that matters. Every spiral that matters will hit you, right? Spiral strike, even if you want to go crazy, spiral brand. Then you have all these drives, right? Reaver, both Reaver and Unleashed. And then even if you do anything remotely crazy, like, here we go. Let's just do a Reaver Burst, which puts her back, moves you up 2 at the end of the beat, right? So maybe you have a no beat, which would suck, and obviously not something you want. But even just this, and I don't. If you just move back, or if you just move up 1, right? Unleash dry. All your drives are still options, but nothing else is significantly better, right? Yes, spiral hits for 1 more, but now she's not gonna she now has to worry significantly about a dodge. So you don't lose anything extra. And what do you gain as Maggie? You gain switch shot. I mean, are you gonna play Excelsior's Drive in this situation? I don't think you are. Excelsior's Blessing, sure, but you could do that from here too.
I understand. I mean, it sounds like you're arguing for Magdelina being at range 4 here, right? She doesn't lose anything. You can Excelsior's Blessing, and you can.
You definitely lose because you don't have dodge, right?
So dodge is something, but the thing is I don't know. I think that's okay. You're not dodging very much because you're just gonna get branded right after. And now Shekthur can't combo drive you, for example, which is very important. You listed Shekthur's options, but actually, the options you listed aren't very good, right? So as Shekthur, you don't really want to spiral. If you spiral strike, that's 1 damage, right? Who cares, right? I think Magdelina would be happy, to just take 1 damage to get a free beat right here. And Unleashed drive also doesn't, it's -1 power. It doesn't matter that much, right? Reaver, I mean, sure, you can get Reaver drive. That's about the worst thing that can happen to you. Which is really not that bad, especially if you just play something with some Sun Guard, like an Excelsior's Blessing or something. Or you're fine, right? I think that it's really not bad for Magdelina. But let's see.
Let's see what happens here, because I think that you do this because you want to like convince her to get rid of some malice, but she's just not going to.
You do it because you don't want to take damage.
Well,
like, look at this. This is great, right? This is amazing. You're taking no damage this beat.
Yeah, that's true. I think I would have antied stun guard if I was out, or if I was Ellie.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Oh wow!
You would anti-stun guard, but
I didn't even think of that. Oh man! What? That's a great play from Ellie. Holy shit!
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm really surprised that Magdelina isn't antiing right here, because this could just be a Reaver drive, right? Like that's like Reaver drive no anti. It's totally reasonable play from Shekthur here. And you really want to be antiing stun guard against that. So this is very weird to me that there's no stun guard anti.
Okay. Hey, look.
This
doesn't actually hit.
You see the position paying off, right? But you're just giving Magdelina a null beat. It's not good.
No, I agree.
Burn with holy light. Reveal yourself, ancient one.
But I mean, the advantage is now Sanctimonious is down, so you have fewer ways to hit. But
Yep.
all the shots hit, and if Shekthur bursts, then she can't hit you. So it seems like you got a free shot as Magdelina. Beat.
How risky would I be?
I don't think Aliphant is getting hit by a spiritual shot here. I mean, it is kind of hard to avoid, honestly.
I think it is, right? Like, she has to burst. Like, maybe I'm not spiritual shotting, but I might switch shot for real.
Totally fine. I think, I would probably Priestess shot over, I don't know, Switch and Priestess are both fine here. Probably Switch. Celsius in the future. How much you want a Blessing in the future. So maybe you're not planning on Blessing that much.
Yeah. This is actually tough. I would think that it would probably be Reaver Burst, just for the advance. Because you're just going to get out of range and come back. Maybe that's wrong, though.
Well, so one thing you can think of as Shekthur here is you can play Unleash Drive, and if it's a shot, you go to range 5, and the next beat, you Reaver Shot, and that's a free Reaver Shot.
Yeah. I mean, we also have 5 malice, so like we can go fast.
I mean, you don't really need to go fast. It's Magdelina.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, this seems to have put Shekthur in a bad spot, like where she doesn't have good options.
I think this beat's a little tricky for Magdelina, because what do? Do you spend your shot? Because then you don't have it next beat, so that's not good.
What a nightmare.
This is bonkers. What are you doing?
Why aren't you anti stun guard? Why?
Done that at all. I don't know. What? Okay. Yeah. This is a great play if you anti-stun guard, because as I was just saying, you don't want to give the free Reaver shot, so Excelsius Drives makes a ton of sense.
If you anti-stun guard.
This.
Like, the Excelsius Drive is actually fine here. It may have been what I would have played. I probably actually still would have played Switch Shot. No,
because if you use shot, then you're just eating a Reaver shot next beat. There's nothing you can do about it. So I really don't think you want to use your shot as Magdelina here. Excelsius Drive is a great play, but you just really need to anti-stun guard. I don't understand why you wouldn't. It's just crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Better watch out.
This is... What a nightmare.
There.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's very very strange play.
Wow.
Lend me power, saint of justice. I will obey.
Will you? Alright. Hey look, range 4. Do you think she's getting hit by a spiritual shot now?
It's a little hard to avoid the spiritual shot in this situation, right? Just null the beat with a Reaver Burst, I think. But next beat.
I mean, isn't the real answer that you just trade? Right? What's she going to do? Spiritual shot? So she's going to hit you for 4 or 5 at prio 5. Like, if she does an anti-stun guard, does she even need 2, 3?
She can't stun guard it, right?
Yeah, but like,
Each
then you'll
time.
trade, right? So you'll trade down 1, but you're already
Stunning
up 5
Magdelina.
lives.
You stun Magdelina with regular shot.
Unless, theoretically, if she does an anti-stun guard, yes. Right? Because she has 2 plus 1.
With the stun guard anti, you stun her.
No. She has 2 plus 1 for her level. Plus 2 would be 5, right? Am I wrong?
Shekthur has 4 printed,
Uh-huh.
and then +1 from the power anti, and then +1 from Unleashed. So 6.
Oh, Unleashed. Oh, I forgot about Unleashed. Okay, yeah.
So it's
that's
just
terrible.
regular shot here.
Blessing of Kashin.
It's
That's
bad.
terrible. Oh, look. Jugular. Even spiritual shot's not good enough.
Yeah, so it has to be safety shot here.
Yeah. Man. And because we didn't get any good positioning either. This is crazy. Hold on. No, we don't have that. Okay. 2, 1. You want to see something nuts? This might be my play.
Why would you do this? You can just Reaver Burst, I think. Oh, I see you. As Magdelina, you're just...
I might. It would either be that or like, and I'm, just a hard parry, right? Because if you stay, if she
I don't
tries
think
to
you're-
shot you, and you stay at this range, you're still gaining levels, right? That's still the goal.
The thing is that if Shekthur's going to jugular shot you, she's just going to go fast enough to outspeed everything, because she's doing a bunch of damage to you, so she's going to give you full malice anyway. So there's no chance of clashing her.
1, 2, 3, 4. So probably does 5. I don't know. You can catch people. That might be safety grasp. Because I don't think you're hitting her this turn.
I mean, I think the real consideration is safety shot, but I think the Aliphant is likely to Reaver Burst here, and then get the jugular shot next beat. Next beat at the end of this beat, Magdelina's leveling up, and so Excelsis is Sanctimonious is going to be offline. So she'll have basically no way of hitting you if she uses shot this beat. So I think, and Magdelina is really likely to use safety shot because it's the only thing that doesn't lose to jugular shot. I don't know why you're not going to clash a jugular shot, right? It's impossible because if Shekthur decides to jugular shot you, she's just going to go faster than everything you can do because she's doing like 6 damage to you, so she's going to have full malice anyway. So there's no chance of a clash. If you're going to safety, you might as well safety dodge. And now that you realize this, you're never going to accomplish anything.
No. If that's all the case, safety moves me away from this 4 range, which has been bad for us, right? So Grasp is a throwaway card for me right now because I'm only level 1 or level 2. So I need something that's going to activate some base to go with Grasp, and I don't want to use Shot, Striker, or Dodge, because those are the ones that I actually want to play. So, safety grasp. Yes,
Can
it's
see
probably not. It's probably not clashing, but it might. Like it's if Ali for whatever reason brain farts, and just is like, okay, let me go faster than, one faster than spiritual shot. Then safety grasp can clash that, and that's great. And if not, I'm getting hit, and safety's gonna move me.
Safety grasp is a reasonable play here, but I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah.
Yep.
So this sucks. This is just this is terrible for LP.
Oh, miserable. It's the worst thing he could have played. Right? This is literally the worst pair that he could have played against Reaver Burst.
I mean, I think it's worse against Reaver Burst, but yeah.
You think what is worse? Okay, spiritual. Yes. That's true.
Spiritual dodge is the worst pair against Reaver Burst.
Okay, I like that. Right? Well, yeah, I like that. Whoa. Just whoa. This is fine.
This might sting a bit. Be gone!
I mean, that actually worked out pretty well.
Better watch out.
Like, we're still getting crushed, but...
Lend me power, saint of
I
justice.
mean, it is beat 5, and you've taken only 5 damage, so
Your end has come.
Yeah.
you've avoided the jugular shot.
Yeah, it still feels really
We
bad.
missed that safety shot clashes. Well, I don't know. The safety shot has no business clashing Reaver Burst. Like, as Aliphant,
Right? Think about that,
safety
though.
shot is a huge part of what LP is going to be playing there. So I don't know why you went to 2 prio on your Reaver Burst. I think that you really should
I mean...
do anything but 2 prio so that you can get the free jugular shot next beat. That's incredibly weird. I don't understand why she would clash like
Right,
that.
but it's not... Because I think she made maybe a legit mistake. Right? So I think, in that same vein, safety grasp to clash a 1 anti-jugular shot also could have done the same thing,
I mean, I think you should never count on your opponent making a mistake unless you really have absolutely no other option.
Yeah, but I mean, in the end, it still ended up basically being the same thing, right?
You should view it as safety blank, right? Like, it's not.
Reaver Burst for Shekthur in that situation is literally fine. I would actually, yes, safety burst ends up being slightly better than safety grasp, but not that much better, right? Like, the end result would have been the exact same. If she's...
Difference, because now it's range 2 instead of range 4, so you're not just, screwed against a jugular shot. Like, you can do something against a jugular shot.
Yeah.
I will obey.
What do I want to do here? Oh, no. I hope we're dodging. Please don't be tricky. Just dodge.
I think a dodge here makes some sense, but the way Aliphant plays is that or to brand unless it's guaranteed. Here, though, I don't know what you're doing. The brand, so I mean you're dodging the jugular brand. So I think Aliphant's biased against holding brand until it's 100% guaranteed, even no dodge. So I don't know. I think that against Aliphant specifically, some blessing. Maybe just a some priestess shot is fine here or something. I don't know. A shot. I don't know. Switch shot. Switch shot is probably my play. Combo shot from Shekthur is not crazy here, right? There actually aren't that many ways.
Oh yeah, Celsius is down. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's kind of risky, but maybe some burst makes sense. I don't know. I don't think Aliphant is going to jugular. I think Aliphant should jugular. I would definitely the brand here.
This is why I'm terrible. I mean, I would probably play this because I'm chicken, but I want to play that, but I don't want to get branded.
I mean, I think this is sort of like your last chance to Blessing if you want to play it, but I mean, I don't know. You're clearly. I think that you're clearly not taking that much damage. The Blessing's main use, make sure you don't die before you're high level. It sure doesn't look like you're going to die before you're high level in this game, because 15 at beat 5 is pretty healthy. So I wouldn't. I think that right now the damage is worth much more than gaining 3 life. Like Sanctimonious Strike makes sense. It would be nice to play something that covers a burst, though. You don't have to, I guess. Concern here is maybe you want a Sanctimonious Shot, because I think the Aliphant might actually dodge here. Just like dodge back and reestablish range 4. Because it's pretty clear at this point that there's not much Magdelina can do. It wasn't like Magdelina wasn't going fast enough before. Magdelina just couldn't hit Shekthur at that range. So just want to go back to range 4.
This has 5 stun guard. Man, that's just combos so much.
I don't know.
I might do this.
Knowing Aliphant, I think dodging as Magdelina is arguably a mistake, because I think Aliphant is really pretty unlikely. It's such an easy brand, right? Just like Jugular Shot, anti-2. It's so cheap. It's so good if it lands.
Yep.
I would do that.
Wow, you're called. It's like her favorite dodge. Just dodge, Maggie. What? Yep.
I mean, this is like such an Aliphant play, right? She should be jugular branding here, and she's like, nope, I'm gonna dodge away. So.
Behold.
I don't know. I would not have used, and this is why I always talk about switch brand or switch blessing, because of this exact reason. That at range 4 next turn, I have both Excelsius and Sanctimonious for damage and options, and my Sanctimonious will be turned on at 0 to 2 next turn. So I would not have Sanctimonious here, and I wouldn't have Sanctimonious Blessing. And I know that we were talking about covering a burst, but this actually doesn't cover a burst. If burst goes back 2, so I think Sanctimonious is only somewhat solid if you're planning on getting clashed, and I don't think that you are. So I don't really like using Sanctimonious here.
No, well, so Sanctimonious Blessing does cover a burst, because if you look at Shekthur's styles, the only burst that hits a Sanctimonious burst is Spiral Burst. Or the only burst that hits Sanctimonious Blessing is Spiral Burst.
Mm-hmm.
Really don't care about Spiral Burst. It's 2 damage, whatever. Who cares?
Well, it's actually not even 2 damage. Unless she anti, or, no, okay, so that's 0, so you would go first. Okay, sure. I actually think that Spiral Burst isn't crazy, because you let Maggie do whatever she's going to do and then come back in afterwards.
Well, Spiral Burst is pretty crazy, because this could easily be a switch shot from Magdelina, and you don't want to just, get destroyed, right? That's awful.
Well, if Spiral Burst, you were here, right? This is where she was? She was at range 2 last beat, right? Yeah, because we were talking about combo shot. So, burst to... Okay, so yeah. Spiral burst gets hit by shots. That's true.
So I don't think it's ever going to be a Spiral Burst. So Sanctimonious Blessing, I mean, it covers all the bursts, essentially.
Okay.
No, there's no range.
I mean, I just... I still don't like it. I like the options of having grasps and strikes be viable along with Excelsius next turn. So I don't know. I still might have switched Blessing.
I mean, I think you really want to cover the bursts. You know, LP has to figure something out about like this range 4 setup. Like,
Yeah.
remember on beat 1, it was like, and now we're seeing like, oh, this is actually a really big problem. So,
but this is it, right? Like this is the figuring it out. Is not playing Sanctimonious last turn.
Sanctimonious doesn't actually help you hit range 4 this beat specifically, right?
Yes, it does. 0 to 2, right? So you have Sanctimonious Drive. You also have Excelsius mix-ups. So
you should just Excelsius Drive.
Excelsius Drive, but it's 0 to 2 for that turn. So I think it's okay. Like, and keep in mind that even if we do something like Excelsius Drive or whatever, etc., I really don't like not having dodge as an option.
I'm starting to think you should just never dodge as Magdelina against Aliphant, because Aliphant's never going to brand you until you dodge. So you basically just deleted brand by deleting your own dodge, which seems like a good deal to me.
I don't think you play a lot of Maggie.
Play 0 Maggie, of course.
Like, dodge is your best card, right? Every time you dodge...
Yeah, I know, but like you're not actually taking any damage this game.
That's true.
The only problem is you just can't hit Shekthur. So like you need to hit her.
Is this game gonna go to time? Oh, that would be terrible.
Go to time.
Wow. More power.
No. It's happening.
See, this is an Excelsius Drive clash.
Yeah.
Which was the only way of hitting. Does this if you play anything but Excelsius Drive. It's safe against shots because you can advance 1 and then retreat 2. So it's completely safe from Aliphant.
Be judged.
This Excelsius Strike, I don't know why this is Excelsius Strike. Excelsius Shot seems like better.
Excelsius Drive. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, then it's complicated. You have to think about it. Like, okay, what do you do? Space 2 against space 6. Next beat, you know, your opponent can reverse shot you. Oh, it's complicated. But understand the strike. I don't think strike is ever doing anything. If it's just Excelsius plus throwaway card, that's fine, I guess.
I mean, I think it would have either been Excelsius Drive. Is maybe what I would have played.
Play what, sorry?
Excelsius Drive. I might, last turn, I might, if I hadn't of Sanctimonious the turn before, I might have Spiritual Shotted last turn. Or this turn.
Aliphant is clashing Excelsius Drive like every time here. But I think you should look at, keep it paused. You have to look at what would happen to the clash, right? Because after the clash of Excelsius Drive versus Unleashed Drive, Magdelina can clash shot versus shot and take no damage. But the issue is that Aliphant can just burst shot and then in the same spot where it's going to be range 4. I guess it's going to be range 5. No way to hit. But that's actually not that bad because then Aliphant can't hit next beat, right? Because the burst is completely safe. It does give Magdelina essentially 2 free beats to play Excelsius.
That's true.
In that situation. So I think that Excelsius Drive would have been a better play there. I don't know why LP didn't do it. Maybe he was scared of something.
So Excelsius Drive, then you clash, which is fine because I want to have my drive still, so I can come back. This is a really good point that you've made, I think, because another good option for Maggie, if what's our stun guard? It's 2. Once again, so a lot of the time I do end up anti-ing stun guard, which sometimes doesn't work out for me. As Maggie early on my levels 1 through 2, or 0 through 2, where I would try to give myself the option, but I can't because we had Burst down. But man, Excelsius Burst is actually really good. It's something you clutch into.
So there, the idea with Excelsius Strike was to beat Jugular Shot, because Jugular Shot has to pull one, and then you advance one with Excelsius, and you hit.
Yep.
Guard against Jugular Shot. So I think that was the idea. I think that's sort of a misevaluation of how Aliphant is gonna play, because she's not gonna Jugular Shot. She's gonna make sure she takes no damage. She's gonna play the safe thing, right? Of course, but I think that play makes a lot of sense from LP.
That is true. I didn't think of that. And he at range 4, so he could advance 1, retreat 2, against any other shot, like standalone shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's not hitting with anything else, right? But he is hitting a Jugular Shot.
Okay, so now we're here. Okay, get out of the way. Okay. I like this position infinitely more. Unfortunately, both of our range styles are down. Man. I feel like if we try to dodge, she's just gonna fucking burst.
I don't think you should ever dodge as Magdelina here. Like, you're just gonna get branded.
Yeah.
I think you have to look at what Shekthur is likely to play. I think many ways to hit a burst, right? For sure. A burst is always safe in this situation.
I hate all of our options.
I mean, you just play something that doesn't lose to Reaver Burst. Just anything that doesn't lose to Reaver Burst is fine.
What doesn't lose to Reaver Burst?
For example.
A what?
Switch Shot, for example, does not lose to Reaver Burst. Reaver Burst anti a bunch of Malice is bad for you. Is the kind of player that would like anti-Malice here, especially with a completely safe Reaver Burst, because it's like, it can't lose, right? It's fine. But I do think if you Reaver Burst and actually go really fast, say anti 4 Malice on a Reaver Burst, I think that's pretty good, actually.
It'd have to be 5 Malice. Because this
4 Malice.
This is Prio 5.
Yeah. What's your point?
I mean, you don't get that Malice back, right?
I mean, has ever switch dodging here, and if I clash a switch dodge, I mean that's fine. What's wrong with that?
Why wouldn't you switch dodge here?
Dodge in, you're just gonna get branded. It's like just jugular brand next beat for sure, and you're screwed. You lose the game probably. I don't know if you lose the game because you're Magdelina, but like it's incredibly bad. To establish, Aliphant is just never gonna play brand as long as you have dodge in your hand. So just like don't dodge. I think Swiss Shot is a much more reasonable play for Magdelina here.
I mean,
it's either that or a burst and just like null the beat.
I am in the tank. Hold on, because I totally hear what you're saying about the brand, and I'm wondering, like, we're gonna have Sanctimonious up, but we're gonna level. God, our missed sequences of like, if we had just skipped our rotation of ranged cards, just like and had one option, I think that like switch dodge could be useful to go back to range 4 if we have options at range 4, but we don't because they're in our discards. Huh. Because like,
I mean,
I want to look at going at playing switch dodge, but maybe going back to range 4 instead of, because then you're Like, if we keep knowing, that's good, right? I mean, actually,
at some point you have to actually hit Shekthur, right? Like,
yeah, this is true.
you need to find a way to actually hit her. Oh.
Not wrong. It's a problem, actually.
By the blessing.
Is it happening? Oh my god.
More power.
Yeah, okay. It was Aliphant instead decided to clash the switch shot. This is a little small risk because she does. I mean, yeah. Well, it's okay. Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't get that malice back, right?
Fine. I don't think that's a huge deal. And yeah, LP saw that a fast reaver burst is very hard to deal with, and so he just plays safety burst to just null the beat.
Yep.
So here the advance only won. Interesting, and must have been calculated. So let's think about why one here. You advance only one, so that Sanctimonious Shot is the only way you can get hit. Okay.
I would not Sanctimonious Shot here.
I mean, probably because there's like a 0% chance that Aliphant is not playing a Prio 3 pair. It's 100% a Prio 3 pair.
Yeah, I'm not playing Sanctimonious. What is she hitting me with?
Spiral Shot is the only thing that hits.
Okay. Like, yeah. Spiral Shot, so can I go slower than Spiral Shot and still hit?
This is your slowest style, right?
I cannot go slower.
So I don't know. Maybe you just clash at Prio 3. Just play some random Prio 3 pair. It doesn't matter. Other Prio 3 pairs. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna eat a Spiral Shot here. There's nothing you can do about it. I guess. I mean, maybe you play Sanctimonious Shot to not take 2 damage. And then, even then, Aliphant can start with Spiral Brand. She will be at 0 malice if you clash her out, so that's something to consider. Yep, so maybe it's relevant.
Yeah. Man, this range has been a problem for us the whole game.
So here is just like a mix-up of, is Aliphant gonna... Huh, interesting. Okay, she doesn't even try for the Spiral Shot. She's just like, I'm just gonna clash you. Which is interesting because now she's saying I'm also gonna null the next beat for sure.
Yeah.
And LP just throws away pair because he knows nothing's gonna happen. So
yep.
Yeah.
You're right. I am now concerned that we're gonna lose on time.
You're only now concerned, man. You should have been concerned a long time ago.
Dude, I play a lot of Maggie.
Like beat 5, you're at 15 HP. Like obviously, it's going to time.
I play a lot of Maggie. You only need 3 hits at higher levels to win games.
You're not going to hit at all. Like that's the concern. You will hit 0 times this game.
Yeah, now I am concerned at halfway through the game. But obviously I've been getting more concerned. But yes, I mean, and it's all because you're, like you said, that initial plan to burst and we've been at range the whole game.
So you see there was some interesting hedging by Aliphant going on, where she played Switch Shot anti-Malice instead of like Switch Strike, right? So the reason she did that is because at this point, Magdelina has to start thinking like in and like take a hit, but get in a range, because I know that like taking an extra 3 damage is irrelevant, but like not being able to hit is a huge deal. Dodge into damage as Magdelina makes sense, and
that's why my pair that I had highlighted
Switch Strike and give a Magdelina free dodge
was Priestess Dodge, right? Because that's what I actually think I would have taken 3 damage because I don't I mean, yes, get branded and all that, but like, dude, it's speed 8. I need to hard win some beats like now.
Hard. 3 damage for free is a lot. Like at 12, you can reasonably, like 1 spiritual at the end of the game is enough to do 8 damage. But nothing, you're never going to do 11 damage in 1 hit.
Yeah.
So that's like it changes the game qualitatively in some sense to take this 3 damage.
I think I would not have taken it because that's just a really good pair from her, right? But man, I have a concern. I feel like we've used safety and never been hit with it, and we need the value out of safety that we've just never gotten.
We got hit B1 with safety and moved to range 4.
Yep.
So here again, it's sort of the same thing where so here you have Sanctimonious Shot, which is full board. So probably do something against that. Sanctimonious Shot is 3 prio, so Unleash Strike is probably Aliphant's pair. Sanctimonious Drive also hits? Okay, so, well, that's annoying.
Whenever this is my favorite mix-up out of Maggie, is Sank Shot versus Drive.
Probably Unleash Dodge is the play from Aliphant.
Yeah. Yep. I should have to anti something if you just want to get hit by Sanctimonious.
Doesn't have to do anything. Just Unleash Dodge and pass.
Yeah, you should still get hit by Sanctimonious. Sanctimonious Shot.
Well, Clash is Sanctimonious Shot, that's the point.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
And this is like the common thing where you play something that clashes one pair and beats the other pair. So, right? Did you just follow up with Unleash Grasp and you clash the drive? I don't know, otherwise safe.
Yep. Man, this range has been a nightmare for us.
So maybe you just dodge as Magdelina. Just dodge in right here.
Yep.
And read the Unleash Dodge.
Yeah. Ugh.
And this is like not that bad, right? Because now you have a free spiritual shot.
Yeah, that's true. Depending on where she goes.
So what can you do against spiritual shot here? Because the spiritual shot looks awfully scary, right? It's prio 6. You just get clashed pretty easily. It's actually not that bad, right?
3. I mean, you'll have 3 malice.
Yeah. So.
I mean, that right there clashes it.
But it's not safe against, for example, Dispersed. As Shekthur, you need to be... You're sort of on the game plan where you're just never going to get hit this game, right? Because if you get hit once, you probably lose the game. So you need to place stuff that's like... That's super, super safe. That doesn't lose to anything every time. You need to... And Magdelina hits you, this beat are... Well, every shot hits you, right? And nothing else hits you. But she can... And that hits all your drives. So you need to play something that's not a drive and beats all the shots.
Reaver Burst.
Seems difficult.
Will we have Reaver Burst? We will.
Fast enough.
Yeah, correct.
You need to like Reaver Drive, and
You can't drive. You just
Celsius
said.
Burst. What?
You said you can't drive.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think what I'm describing is possible. I don't think you can beat all the shots, and I mean Reaver Drive doesn't even beat the shots, right? Like it just trades with them. I don't know what you do here. Actually, this seems really bad. I hadn't really thought it was going to be this bad. Of course, you use Sanctimonious Drive here if it's this good. Like, what do you? Yeah, Shekthur, how are you beating?
I actually might have Excelsius Drive last turn or this turn.
I mean, I think this is maybe. Why would you Excelsius Drive?
Because it ends up moving me one space closer to take middle.
Why do you want middle? Like it doesn't matter.
If this hits, I push them back. I also just really want my Sanctimonious up. Which is wrong. Like, I'm just dumb. I don't have a good answer for you. How's that?
I mean, maybe having Sanctimonious up is a big deal. But here, like, I mean, this is really... I'm very curious to see how Aliphant... Because, I mean, you have to have seen this, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take very much to figure out that Unleashed Dodge is safe this speed. You know, LP only has 2 candidates that hit you, so you need to figure out what's happening in this positioning. I don't see what you're doing against all these shots. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as LP, just pick a random shot and hope you get there. Like, yeah.
There you go. My play. Actually, it's all right. Man, what if I... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not a chance. Okay. 2, 4. Yeah. I guess you have to drive.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, driving is also extremely dangerous because LP can also Excelsius burst you, and that beats all your drives like quite badly.
I don't think he can burst you here. Like, I know he can. First of all, it has max range 3. So he would have to burst in. I don't think you can Excelsius burst as Maggie here. He just beat 10.
I understand. Why do you think Excelsius burst is not playable here?
Because you'll have to retreat and then move up 1 to hit range 1 to 3. I don't think you can afford to like null as Maggie anymore. And this currently doesn't hit anything.
Well, yeah, but the point is that it hits all the drives, right?
Sure. So is this.
It's pretty likely. Like, what are you doing as Shekthur if you're not driving in this situation?
I mean, I think you might. Man, this might be crazy. If you're Shekthur, you might just intentionally clash this, right?
I mean, like,
do nothing and do nothing, like.
Is it can so easily be any other shot, right? Like,
yeah.
When you're level 3, the difference between like spiritual and switch is very small, right? And the difference between Like that priestess also quite small. Like
Correct. You're not wrong, right? You're not wrong. But we have 5 beats left. She has an 8, which she's Maggie. This is why Maggie is playable, right? Because of these last 5 beats, where everything she plays, this is an absolutely outrageous amount of damage. This is the best pair in the game when she's higher level.
if you're trying to convince me that Maggie is playable, this is not the game to show me.
I don't know. We played it super great. We didn't hit a single blessing. This is fine.
Crazy. What the fuck am I looking at? What is this? Okay, I don't know. Any sense to me at all. What are you... Like, are these players... Am I watching a different game? Like, this is crazy. It's completely bonkers. Both pairs lose to everything. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea at all what this is.
I have no words. I was like, Reverb Burst makes sense here. I think it's
no, it doesn't. It loses to everything.
I think it's fine. It
Losing
doesn't
to every single shot. I mean, it doesn't lose to Excelsius Burst, but like...
Why are you blessing?
Switchgrass doesn't lose to Excelsius Burst, right?
Blessing in particular seems so bad here.
Awful. Just why would you blessing? Like your hits do like 6 damage.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I don't know. This is bonkers. I don't understand why either player would play these pairs. I think it's completely wrong. From both of them. It's like they must see something I don't. Because this is like you picked a random pair. Like, yeah, I don't understand at all.
His blessing is very bad. Man, what a...
Let us move.
She retreats.
Better watch out.
Dude! I don't... Why? Why? Like,
Why do you play this?
we can't win now. We can't win. Why were... Oh my god, I give up.
Oh
Right.
my god.
I'm sure that this rotation of Excelsius, Sanctimonious, Throwaway is going to work out in the next 4 beats. Take me
Such a good position. I was like, wow, LP really calculated that Sanctimonious drive and realized it was really, really, really good against Unleashed Dodge. And like I was super, super impressed with his play of like seeing that. Oh yeah, how are you going to deal with Unleashed Dodge? Well, just let her Unleash Dodge. Okay, I don't know. I have no idea. All right, so it's the same thing where like you can't even do anything in Jugular Shot here, right?
You can burst. Oh my god. We're dead. We're dead right now.
That beat, man. That beat.
Like, the game is over right at this point. We can't actually win.
Yeah, it was. That beats the Steeled Grasp for me.
Nothing we do. Oh, of course we burst. Of course. This is, you know what I call this? I call this the Rook problem. Right? This is the Rook problem that I've had with Maggie sometimes in the past, which is you never want to get hit, or it's like the Berman problem is maybe a better way to put it. The keep away character, where it's like you never want to get hit, so you spend all your time at max range, but you can't do anything. Like you have to take damage and come in at some point. That maybe like we had to make a decision to like. Especially there was a beat where she had no malice, right? Or not a lot of malice. We had to take a hit of some sort and come in, and then like deal with a brand coming at us. Maybe while we have a burst up or something, and we had to engineer a situation where we can start hitting her back.
You win this game if you play like a switch shot instead of blessing there. I think you win.
Yeah. Probably. 3 would have taken 6. So she'd be at 14 to 12. Okay.
Lend me power, saint of justice. Spare none the sword.
Alright, and also, I mean, now the level up is super unfortunate because your Sanctimonious is trash now.
Yep.
I entreat thee.
But we have been stuck in that cycle because of our rotation the entire game.
Well, I mean,
None
LP
of these
did play
pairs
the
matter.
Priestess Grasp, that one beat, yeah.
None of these pairs matter. It's literally the same exact pairs as before, which are losing us the game.
Yeah, you see, so this is a clash for the Sanctimonious shot, right? Just
Sure.
to at least be faster than Sanctimonious shot.
This is literally on rotation.
The drive and not a grasp, but doesn't matter.
No. The Unleashed. This is the exact same pair, or same pairs as 3 beats ago. Exactly.
And just like there's no answer. Like, if you're trying to convince me that Magdelina is playable, it's really not the game to show me.
Give me courage.
I don't think that the way LP has played this game is playable.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you actually do. You could have won this game as Magdelina if you just didn't Celsius Blessing.
I mean, okay, actually, that's a solid point though. Let's address that for a minute. Okay, like I understand that I'm not convincing you of that, but you just said you think we would win this game, and literally we would have been saying, "I know I've only hit Shekthur once." Right? Like if you play pretty spot on, then what you're saying is, "Wow, Maggie could win this game having only hit twice."
I mean, not quite, because you have to consider that for the switch shot to have worked, Aliphant needed to play the Reaver Burst, right? The pair that beats like nothing. Apparently it beats Excelsius.
Blessing.
But that's why it's so funny. It's because you're
To be
the
fair,
only reason that you could have won the game with like a switch shot is because it was a Reaver Burst, right? I mean, like you'd still be in okay position against like a Reaver Drive or something sane, but
Better watch out.
you'd still need to hit again, and it's unclear you'd be able to hit again. But,
none of these beats matter. So
Give me courage.
I mean, I think you can't win. Right?
cannot win.
Magdelina,
Will be done.
Literally,
I guess you can get in position to spiritual shot, right? Like
she's dodging.
you're not actual 0%.
Yeah, you're
Spiritual
worried.
shot,
You are
actually.
0%.
You are in fact 0%. You can't do 10 damage, right? Okay, yeah, you lose.
We lost to
Onward.
5-6 turns ago.
No more.
Yeah.
I hated
Guardian.
a lot of Maggie's choices this game.
Ancestor, forgive me. Guess I stole the show too.
What a blowout! Dude, I am stunned.
That one beat is amazing. That one beat is legendary to me. The craziest beat I've seen in like all the games that we've cast together. That one beat was just nuts. It really, I just don't understand. I feel like I'm playing a different game than these players.
I am bad at this game, and I have gotten worse, right? But I can't disagree. I don't understand any of that. Now, for what it's worth, outside of that, I actually think Ali played a pretty amazing game. I think she identified early, that she was going to try to win on time. Like, that was going to be an option for her. Just because of her playstyle, I'm also sure that it comes up more often in her thinking than maybe mine. So, I think she played that very, very well.
Definitely felt like Aliphant played that matchup a bunch of times and really figured out exactly how Shekthur was supposed to approach it, and approached it in that way. And you can tell that LP probably didn't have the same time experience because, again, that beat one decision of...
Yeah. I thought you were being facetious when you said that way back on beat 1. And
I was serious. That one choice
dictated the whole game
so much.
Yeah, that you're not wrong. Like, I didn't see it at the time, right, or really understand what you were telling me. But in retrospect, looking back on it, you're so 100% right. I always, even when I know I shouldn't, like, my heuristic for Maggie that's ingrained in me is like staying at range 1 to range 2. Like, even against characters I like probably shouldn't. Like, I want to be at range 1 against, like, I want to be at range 1 against Cadenza. Like, I want to be at range 1 against basically everybody. The one exception might be Luke. But, alright, I am going to take a quick 6-minute AFK. I'm going to smoke a cigarette and want to get the second game when I come back.
Yeah, also, one thing I want to add to the addendum of that is that I really don't know how much stock you can put in this game because of that one crazy beat. You can point to it and be like, oh, look, Maggie has no way of answering Shekthur if Shekthur just stays at range 4 all game.
No, that's not true.
I'm really not convinced of that conclusion because there was that one beat where, Aliphant could have eaten an 8 damage spiritual shot if LP had decided to do it, right? And then that changes the game completely. That one beat could completely invalidate the entire conclusion that you might draw. So I'm not
Correct.
sure.
I 100% agree with your assessment. That this is not. I still think for 100% this is a very Shek favored game, right? Because the problem that Maggie has, like, there are two problems with, and I like Maggie a lot more than you do, right? But when you get to higher levels, Maggie's strength and her weakness is that she is no longer clashable, except against Shek, who can still outspeed her at level 4, right? Which is not true of anybody else in the cast, outside of, like, Rifflin, At level 4, level 3, when you start looking at spirituals, there are checkmates usually, because you're going faster than everything else. Like, you are the Omega, right? Except versus Shekthur. So I don't think it's a good matchup for Maggie. But I still think it's better than it looked on screen.
So break and then we'll do the next one?
Yeah. I will be right back. I'm going to just throw this on. Okay. And I'm going to There we go. Let me grab a new beverage and restart the stream.